Every morning, there's a man who wakes up at 5 a.m. He's so driven by his purpose that he jumps out of bed, kisses his wife good morning, and he goes to the gym. He works out in the morning. He feels great. He comes home. His kids are making breakfast, takes her breakfast in bed, and then he heads to work. But this isn't just work for him. He's actually accomplishing something. He's providing value to others, and others find him valuable. They actually find him so valuable that they pay him for his skills. They pay him to provide a valuable service to them. This man is so driven by purpose that everything he does builds others up, not himself. He comes home every night to his kids. He's excited to see them. And this man is on a mission. And he goes to bed every night happy and content that he did everything he could to further that mission. This man isn't me. I'm sorry to let you down. But what I hold on to is that this man isn't me yet. This is the man I aspire to be. A man who genuinely provides value to others without expecting anything in return. And every morning, he's up, ready to kill the day. Now there's aspects of this man's life that I already feel that I've reached. I'm excited to get up in the morning. I'm excited to do what I've been called to do. But I'm not perfect. And this guy lives a pretty perfect life. And I know that perfection is impossible to achieve. I'm a perfectionist. So even now, this is the fourth time I've done this video. But ultimately, I'm holding on to what a friend of mine said. I'm never going to be perfect. The video is never going to be perfect. The goals are never going to be perfect. The business is never going to be perfect. What's perfect is that you try. What's perfect is that you have the resilience to just say, you know what, I'm going to do it. I know it's going to suck. I know that it's not going to be great the first time. But the 10th time, the 50th time, the 100th time, it's going to get better. It's going to get better and better every single time. I know it's not going to be perfect. Ultimately, this video is probably going to get 0 views. Maybe it'll get 5 by my friends and family who are going to watch it. But if there's one guy that's able to see this video and be inspired to change, that's worth it for me. If somebody looks at this video in 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, and says, this video changed my life because it shows that Micah was making videos before he made it well in business. Micah was doing videos when he knew it was his purpose. He just didn't know where it was going to go yet. I have no idea where this is going to go. But what I do know is I'm doing it for the right reasons, and I'm doing it to inspire you. You're the hero. How can I help you to get to that point? So there's 7 mindset changes I had to make in my life. The first mindset change I had to make was establishing daily discipline and rhythms into my life. Motivation builds discipline. And it took a long time for me to establish discipline. There's a saying that says it takes 7 days to build a habit, but 21 days to break it, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. But how powerful could it be if you were to set 2 new habits and do them consistently for a week, 2 weeks? How powerful would it be? How powerful would it be to do a new rhythm in your life that puts you forward? And it just becomes so natural as a part of your life that you can't imagine your life without it. That's me in working out. That's me in building my business. I've built up a habit to just get to work every day, building something new, providing new value to people. It's a habit that I've built. It's a discipline, and it's fueled by my motivation. The second thing that I want to talk about today is long-term vision and goal setting. What goals do you have? You're a young man, probably between the ages of 15 and 23. What goals do you have for your life? Maybe your goal is to own a house. Maybe your goal is to be in your own place. It doesn't have to be a house. Maybe your goal is to retire your mom or to buy her a car. Maybe your goal is to marry a beautiful woman and build a family. Or maybe it's not. Ultimately, you need to have goals that drive you to be a better person. If you have no goals, how can you be expected to move forward? How can you be expected to be a better person if you aren't aligned to your goals? One way that I helped to establish better goals in my life was to set up a Notion template and to be able to track each goal that I have month by month and how it contributes to my year-end goals. This year, I have 2 big goals. I have run a marathon and be able to have a fully functioning business that pays my bills. I'm already on the way for both of those. I've got a marathon coming up this winter, and my businesses are starting to do better. My businesses are starting to bring in some revenue, and I'm starting to provide more and more value to people. Because of that, I'm going to hit my goals by the end of the year, and you'll be able to see all about it in the upcoming videos, what those goals look like, what my businesses look like. I want this information to be valuable to you. So I'm trying to apply action points that you can take because I know how valuable that would be to me when I was first starting. The third point that I want to talk about is continuous learning and self-improvement. Self-improvement is really everything that I've already talked about, but continuous learning is different because continuous learning is being humble enough to say, I don't know everything. Me? I don't know everything. I read a lot of books. I have some fantastic mentors and coaches in my life who teach me, but I really don't know much. I know very little. But what I do know and the experiences I've had, I want to be able to teach. Read books, learn valuable information, connect with valuable people, connect with people who really you don't know where the relationship can go. There's so many stories I have of meeting people, literally just taking them out to coffee to be able to learn more about them. And they end up being some huge clients for me because they've seen my continuous development and someone who's committed to learning. That rolls into the fourth, was surrounding myself with like-minded individuals. You need to surround yourself with both young people and older people who are wiser than you and who are just a step ahead. Now, some of these older people are probably leaps ahead. They're miles ahead of you. That's the best kind of relationship to have. To be able to have a mentorship relationship where you're learning from these guys and they're giving you, whether they're giving you free advice or you're paying them monthly, these coaches are invaluable. I have 2 coaches who coach me in my business and who coach me in my life. And it's invaluable to me to meet with them once a month and them to be able to mentor me through things that I'm going through. Make sure to surround yourself with like-minded individuals. The 5th way that I changed my mindset was diligence. Now, how does one have diligence? What is diligence? Diligence is setting out to accomplish the purpose God has given you and waking up every morning knowing that your purpose is most important as you continue to provide value for others. Now, if you don't know what your purpose is, that's okay. I didn't know what mine was either. And I've known what my purpose is for a year, but I haven't been diligent. I'm not saying that I'm perfect in any of these ways. What I am saying is that I've applied these to my life and I've become a much better person because of it. The diligence that I do have is shown through my YouTube. Just starting this is an act of diligence because there was nothing in me that wanted to start a YouTube. I don't like being in front of the camera. I like being in front of people. But I knew that the one guy, the 18-year-old playing video games all day and randomly found this video, it impacts him most because it did that for me. And someone else made a video that taught me how to be a man and taught me what changes I needed to make in my life, and he inspired me to change. That's the man that I'm making this for. Being diligent to accomplish what God has put in my life, which I believe is to inspire young guys to make a change in their life, to start living with purpose, to provide value for others. The 6th point that changed my mindset was balancing ambition with inner peace. Being able to understand that at the end of the day, there's only so much you can do for your business. There's only so much you can do before it's time to go to bed and wake up the next morning ready for the day. So be careful to not overwork yourself or burn out because you didn't get enough done. Think about it this way, right? Think about if you have the balance in your life, that at the last 3 hours of your day, you're going to spend time with your family. You're going to spend time with your girlfriend or your mentors or, like-minded individuals. You're going to spend that time with them instead of just working and feeling like you have to put in the extra hours. Well, if that prevents burnout, that's worth it. Because burnout could last for weeks. Burnout could last for months. Burnout could mean that you stop your business entirely if you're someone who owns a business or if you want to own a business. Burnout is lethal. Balance is not. And if you feel like you can't have balance in your business, if you feel like balance is lethal, you might be over your work. And you need to be very careful about what business you're in. There's nothing that should take your peace of mind at the end of the day. The seventh point of mindset change that I went through was having leadership and integrity. Your leadership as a man will be communicated through your integrity because people will trust you to accomplish what you said you will. The people will trust that you're doing the right thing when no one else is looking. If you want to own an online business, people are trusting that when they're not watching, you're working and you're actually providing value. Don't think there's anything. Understand this simple concept. Your integrity as a man determines what your reputation is. And you can't change your reputation once people have seen you a certain way. First impressions are everything. Lasting impressions are created through integrity. I hope this video was helpful. As I continue to build this YouTube, it will change, it will go through its ups and downs. But ultimately, I needed to make the first video. I needed to start to put myself out there and to understand that it's never going to be perfect, but it can always be better. Just remember, I'm praying for you, and I'm praying for both of our success. Thank you.